Hi everyone, welcome back to Tracks and Tires. Today I got some more goodies for the old dump truck here. I got spark plugs, spark plug wires, the carburetor rebuild kit, and a new master cylinder. So yeah, let's check out those parts. So here's some of my new parts. The truck's a 1968 International 1500C with a V304 engine. And here's my new master cylinder, Ray Bestos. My standard set of spark plug wires, 7830, 8 new spark plugs from Autolite, number 85s, and here's a carburetor rebuild kit through High Grade, and I've seen the number on here a while ago. The number is a 1570 carburetor rebuild kit. So here's my old master cylinder. It's a 2-in-1 master cylinder. One side of it is just for your brakes. The other side is for your clutch. It's pretty worn out. It obviously got water in it. It's super rusty. Probably not rebuildable considering. International Harvester. And here's my brand new one. Way better shape. It even comes with the new rubbers, the cap, everything. Brand new. Totally worth the cost. All I have to do now is switch over some of these fittings from my old one to the new one, and then I can bench bleed it and then try and install it. So here's my bench bleeding setup for my master cylinder. All you do is you loop back one port into the reservoir, all the way into the fluid, make sure it's fully submerged, and then you just pump up the piston back and forth until no more air comes out of the line. This is the only way to do it because they end up sucking the fluid back like this and stuff. So once you do it this way, it just keeps circulating until there's no more air. So I'm already done this side for the brakes. I just have to finish this side for the clutch. No more bubbles. So I got my new master cylinder all bolted down and installed. It's bled. I hooked up the brake side hose there. It was easy. There's just that, I think it's like 3/8 to 7/16 adapter just above the hose there. And then the other side for the clutch I haven't hooked up yet. I had to take off the line that goes to the clutch slave on the back here and take it off because the fittings were seized from sitting with nothing hooked up to them for so long. So I took it off, freed them up. This little one, I had to take it off, heat it up with the torch, and I freed up each side of it. And then I couldn't figure out how I was going to get from over here to this one. But it turns out inside the cab of the truck, I found the flex hose. Definitely not in the best of condition, but it will have to work for now. I might make something different in the future, but we'll see how it holds up just for the clutch. So yeah, I just got to clean it out. This side's got a little bit of wasp stuff in it. And then once I clean that out and hook it up, I can try and bleed the clutch slave and the master cylinder underneath here. Because there's a secondary one. And there's like a big booster. Where are you? Right under here. Yeah, so I gotta bleed that next, and then I can bleed the wheel ends. All right, I got all the lines hooked up here. The brake and the clutch line going over to the clutch slave. I had to put vice grips on the clutch slave bleeder screw because it was stripped out from someone previously. So I pumped it up a bunch and kept bleeding it back and forth, and the clutch works great. I got tons of pedal travel. I pump up the brakes. I haven't been trying to bleed them yet, but they have been getting hard just by pumping it up. You'll see it's soft, it goes down, and then it gets hard. And then the more I pump it, it gets harder. Maybe I have a slow leak or maybe just some air in it. And then the clutch works mint. So see, that's my free play, and then that's full clutch. So right on. So now I'm just going to remove the carburetor here. Just got some bolts on the bottom of it, 4 bolts to hold it down to the intake manifold. And then I have to remove the choke right there, just the wire, and then the throttle linkage, and I'll pull it off. And then use my rebuild kit and start cleaning it and rebuilding it. Easy enough. So when the carburetor was in the truck and I was running it, I noticed it was leaking fuel. So I made this little adapter to a hose and a funnel. So in my last video, when I was trying to explain how I was rebuilding the carburetor, all I wanted to say was that I hooked up this funnel into where the fuel goes in on the carburetor, and then that little hose, and when I added gas to it, it was leaking out the accelerator pump gasket. So that's where, when it was on the truck, it was leaking from the accelerator pump. So I rebuilt the carburetor there. You've seen it was pretty dirty. It had a lot of stuff from the tank in it, lots of that little rust and scale. So yeah, I cleaned it out really good. I put it back on, the truck starts well. And then right now, in these next couple videos, it's just gonna be me changing the spark plug wires. And I even got a brand new water pump now. And you'll see in the video that that water pump was solid, man. It had so much like rust and stuff on it. So yeah, now I'm just doing those things. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm super happy that I was able to get it running fairly well. I drove it down here to where I can work on it better near the garage. And then, yeah, everything seemed pretty good. Now I just need to get myself a fuel pump. The fuel pump's been leaking pretty bad. So once I get a fuel pump, I'll be able to actually drive it around and test it out. Well, thanks for watching. Bye.